The Smash roster is one of my favourite parts of the entire Smash series, with the inclusions of new fighters every installment. Never knowing who's going to make it into Smash 6, some fighters don't make it in, either being deconfirmed from meme costumes, assist trophies, or other fighters from a third-party developer taking the spot, as well as a few other reasons. Welcome to A New Foe Has Appeared, where we talk about ideas for fighters that could possibly happen in Smash 6, if not the future. I'm your host BB8 from BB8's House. As always, let's get into it. Up next.
This world was devastated before I was born. A harsh, bleak place where we live in eternal darkness. Life is a struggle, and people live without hope. How did this happen? No one will answer me directly, but they always point to the flames. These flames, they burn away at my world, destroying everything in their path. They come from an eternal life form that we cannot truly defeat, the flames of disaster known as Iblis.
Silver!
Blaze, what's wrong?
He's appeared again!
That's right. Silver from the Sonic franchise is who we're going to talk about today. I am fully aware Sonic Frontiers is not out till like next month, and I should have done this character to tie in with Sonic Frontiers, but kind of like what I said in A New Foe's Appeared Shadow, where I did tease 3 other Sonic characters, Silver was in fact one of them. And the character I'm going to talk about to tie in with Sonic Frontiers is one of the 2 that are still to be revealed. And I am fully aware that Sonic 06 is not a good game, but Silver is not a bad character. And I do think Silver's skill set kind of does interest me a bit. And without further ado, let's get into Silver, shall we? So for Silver's moveset, his neutral B is Psychic Knife. Silver would charge up a beam attack known as Psychic Knife and shoot it outwards, similar to a chargeable version of Cloud's neutral special. His side special being Psychokinesis, where Silver would use the element of Psychokinesis to levitate things around him like fighters, items, assist trophies, etc. Which would last for about 5 to 10 seconds, and he would say, "How about this?" while executing it. For his up special being Teleport, Silver would have a blue glowing effect similar to the cutscene in Silver the Hedgehog first appeared in within Sonic 06. Apologies for, the whole Sonic 06 references. I might be bringing it up a lot today, even though it's not a good game. It is the game Silver first appeared in. Then, when he is glowing, he teleports upwards, and this recovery move is as effective as Mithra's recovery. The down special being Time Slow is where Silver would counter himself and foes that attack. While he counters, they would be slowed down, similar to Bayonetta's down special. And for the final smash, we have Iblis, the living flame. I didn't really want to use Super Silver for Silver's final smash because using the super forms for each Sonic character I talk about would just be boring. So I came up with my own final smash, which he doesn't use in the games, but I did get inspired by Silver's moves and animations from the cutscenes of Sonic 06 to create a final smash that I think would fit well for Silver. Silver would unleash an engulfing wave of psychokinesis. Any fighters trapped within the wave would be manipulated with the psychokinesis. Silver would then use Psychic Knife at the fighters, dealing about 20 to 50% damage depending on where the fighter was before Silver unleashed the engulfing wave. Then, once Silver is done, he would use the psychokinesis ability, similar to how Syndrome uses his 0 point energy in The Incredibles. Probably my favorite Pixar movie, but still. He then uses the psychokinesis to throw the trapped fighters at Iblis. But instead of Iblis attacking Silver, Iblis attacks the trapped fighters and deals phenomenal damage and knockback, around an average of 60 to 100. But when the fighters can't hang on to anything else other than Iblis, they hang on to Iblis and deal fire damage in the process. When Silver uses psychokinesis to throw other projectiles at Iblis, he falls into the lava, like at the end of that one boss fight in Sonic 06, with the fighters trapped on him, and the fighters caught would deal heavy damage and knockback, and if the fighter deals 150 to 300% damage, it's bad luck. For the alts and the Kirby Hat, default white would be Silver's default appearance, purple would be based on Blaze, pink would be based on Amy, purple would be based on Espio the Chameleon, grey would be based on Mephiles the Dark, green would be based on Silver's psychokinesis ability, and orange would be based on Iblis. And with the Kirby Hat, Kirby would get a copy ability of Silver's quills and shoes, and Kirby will have a glowing effect just like Silver in some moves he uses. And the copy ability Kirby will get is Psychic Knife. His classic mode route being called the Future of Speed. The name of the classic mode refers to Silver coming from the future and Sonic being a speed type character in the games. Silver fights off with foes that reference games where time travel like Ocarina of Time and Mario and Luigi partners in time. He also faces off Sonic characters as well, and at the end of the classic mode, he fights off a new boss, being the Death Egg Robot, not from Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the movie, apologies for spoilers, but from the second Sonic game's final boss, alongside a purple Silver based on Blaze. Round 1 would be Sonic and Tails, with Tails coming from A New Foes Appeared episode 4, round 2 being Knuckles coming from A New Foes Appeared 11, Shadow coming from A New Foes Appeared 53, Young Link based on The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Mario and Small Mario, but unfortunately Baby Mario's not in Smash, so a smaller version of Mario would be the closest you can get to Baby Mario. And both rounds 5 and 6 are based on Mario and Luigi partners in time. And same with round 6, Luigi and Small Luigi being a reference to Baby Luigi. and the final boss being the Death Egg robot, with Silver being purple, ally based on Blaze. For the victory theme, the poses, and the Punch-Out title, for the victory theme, I went for the Sonic victory theme from Smash Bros, but different, with a futuristic remix to fit the character a bit more. The victory pose number 1 is where Silver appears from a portal while saying, "I might fight for the future." Victory pose 2 is where Silver uses psychokinesis to move the camera outwards while saying, "I'm not to be trifled with." And victory pose 3 is where he breakdances and does his Sonic Riders pose while saying, "That was easy." And his defeat pose is where Silver looks furious at the camera as he claps, and his glowing effect keeps blinking on and off. And the quote he uses is, "It's not use against me, Sonic." And the Punch-Out title is Future Traveling Hedgehog. For the Amiibo, Silver Smash Render would just be a brand new original pose, is where he sticks his right hand in the air and his left hand below, like he is using magic, and his feet in a funky position. On his Amiibo, he would have a blue aura behind him with a Chaos Emerald in hand. The unique element that comes with the Silver Amiibo is that some areas on the Silver Amiibo would light up, such as the aura behind Silver, the Chaos Emerald he's holding, and some blue glowing parts around Silver when it reacts to an NFC reader, similar to the light cores from Skylanders and the light effects from Disney Infinity. This would be the first light reactive Amiibo, and the third to have its own unique element after Boo from Super Mario and Guardian from The Legend of Zelda. Kinda like how Boo can glow in the dark and Guardian has posable arms. The compatible games is where Super Smash Bros. You can tap Silver in as a fighter you can train. And for Silver the Hedgehog, the game, like, this doesn't really exist yet, but I am gonna do a concept video around the time Sonic Frontiers comes out. So where you tap Silver in to make it easier to solve some puzzles within the game. But you can only tap 3 times per hour of gameplay, and it's only compatible with the Nintendo Switch version of the game. And this Amiibo would be compatible with other games as well. And of course, the light reactive Amiibo we have here, I would see them doing this with Blaze as well, not just Silver. But I do think adding light effects to him would make the Amiibo stand out as probably the most unique Amiibo in pretty much the entirety of Amiibo's run. So the stage I went for is Metal City from Sonic Riders. I know this stage doesn't really make sense for Silver, but I did end up doing research into Sonic 06, and there are no locations of note that could be used as stages in Smash Bros. So I researched Sonic Riders, and I ended up with Metal City from the first Sonic Riders game. Even though Silver didn't appear in the game due to Silver making his debut the exact year Sonic Riders released. Although he did appear in Zero Gravity, no track from that game really fits with Silver. In Smash, Metal City is a moving stage similar to Mario Circuit from Mario Kart 8. You will be flying to different locations and different points of the track, and Sonic characters who did appear on the roster for not just Sonic Riders, but for Sonic Riders Zero Gravity and Sonic Free Riders as well, will be appearing in the stage as not just a bit of background detail, but they will be appearing as stage hazards, similar to the Figure 8 circuit stage from Mario Kart 7. Characters such as Sonic, Tails from A New Foes appeared episode 4, Knuckles from A New Foes appeared 11, and Shadow from A New Foes appeared 53, and Silver won't be appearing in the stage if they are used in the Smash Battle. So the music I chose for Silver is, of course, from Silver's story in Sonic 06. And I do think this lineup of music would have been better if Silver did have his own spin-off game, but here is the lineup we've got. Dreams of an Absorption, the theme of Silver the Hedgehog with a brand new remix, The Ruined World of the Future, Crisis City, the Flames, Skyscraper, Whirlwind and Tornado variants, The Confrontation of Iblis, a new remix, He's the Iblis Trigger, Dusty Desert, The Ruins, It Is Right, Invasion, Encounter with Amy and Elise, Never Cry No Matter What, Determination, Return to the Future, The Last Clash with Iblis, Iblis Phase 3, You Are My Companion, Nephile's Smile, Elise's Tears, The Villain Was Set Free, Resurrection of Solaris, The Time-Space Rift, End of the World, Wishing Upon the Chaos Emeralds, Solaris Phase 1, Solaris Phase 2, Solaris Destroyed, The Flame of Hope, Just Smile, Past Memories, My Destiny being the theme of Elise, and another version of My Destiny, yet again the theme of Elise, being the karaoke version with a new remix, but would give you the Fire Emblem Three Houses vibe of that track. For the spirits, I went with Silver the Hedgehog being the fighter spirit, Blaze, Nephile's the Dark, Espio the Chameleon, Amy, Sonic taking his design from Sonic 06, Iblis the Living Flame, Gazer, Golem, the Iblis Biter, the Iblis Taker, the Iblis Worm, Shadows, Stalker, Titan, and Tricker. I know I am fully aware that I did forget to put Princess Elise in here, but there is already an Elise spirit in Smash, that being from Fire Emblem. And finally, for the reveal trailer, I know none of this really makes sense for the character of Silver, but the trailer starts with a camera shot of Darken above the world of Camelot from Sonic and the Black Knight. I know Sonic and the Black Knight was a bit random to put in here, and with the featuring of Young Link in the trailer, I thought the world of Camelot would make sense if Young Link was to appear in the trailer, which he does. With Sonic running through the world of Camelot, it then shows Young Link exploring the castle and then encounters dark versions of Sonic and Young Link, like they were from the final phase of the World of Light. Sonic then runs into the same room as Young Link and then gasps when he sees the dark forms of him and Young Link. Sonic and Young Link team up to take them out, but what they didn't know is that a psychic knife came out of nowhere. Then a silhouette of a hedgehog with only the blue pods glowing is then shown using psychokinesis on the dark forms. The silhouette then teleports onto the ground using psychokinesis one last time to take out the dark forms. The silhouetted figure looks at Sonic and Young Link, and the figure is revealed to be the psychokinetic hedgehog, Silver. Gameplay then shows for Silver, and after the gameplay, it then shows Sonic, Shadow from A New Foes Appeared 53, and Silver all ready to charge up for a fight, similar to the Pyra/Mithra versus Shulk scene at the end of the Pyra and Mithra reveal trailer. As the three hedgehogs charge up their speed, it then shows a bird's eye view of the three as they collide with each other, forming the symbol similar to what's seen in the Sonic Heroes logo. But the only difference here is Shadow takes Knuckles' place and Silver takes Tails' place. And the screen then fades white and it splashes Super Smash Bros. Times Silver the Hedgehog. So guys, what did you think of a moveset for Silver the Hedgehog? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and turn your notification bell on so you don't miss another video like this one. I know Sonic 06 is not a good game, but I was triggered to talk about Silver anyways. But this is the best I could do for Silver. And I will see you all in a future episode of A New Foes Appeared. BB-8 out.